Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunday Stamping with Susan and Julie and Amy.
Yay!
So we'll start over. Nope, wrong way again. All the way over there. This is Julie Davison, my fabulous daughter and team leader. We've been demonstrators for 20 years and live a couple states away. And so we figured this is the best way to get to stamp together and then share with you. And this is my other fabulous daughter, Amy, who is also a demonstrator. She lives a couple hours away. So, but we still don't get together to stamp too much. She's a busy mom and working and the whole 9 yards, but she happened to be here today. And I decided to get a hold of Julie and say, can we do it today? So we've scrambled and have some fun projects to share with you anyway. So I'm glad we're able to do it. Julie and I
I'm
have been
so jealous that you guys are together and I can't be there too. We didn't get together over Christmas with everybody like we usually do. And so sometimes we carve out a little stamping time then, but it feels like forever since we've all been together in person, stamping together. And I just miss you guys so much.
I know we miss it too. Yeah, we all, you know, what we ought to do is we just ought to all get a big house somewhere, live together,
Yes.
then we can stamp together all the time.
I thought you were going for another girls' trip, and I was all about that. I don't know about us all living in one giant house all the time. But I'm all for living in a giant house for a long weekend or a week, whatever we can to get away. We definitely need to make that a more regular thing, though.
We do. Yeah, we do. So in the meantime, Julie is going to share with you what we're going to share with all of you.
Yes.
That doesn't make sense. Julie's going to share the product we're using. Go. Yeah, that works.
All right, let me switch it to my desktop. We're using brand new product from the January through April 2023 mini catalog. We're so excited. This catalog just launched a week ago. What is today? Today is January 15th. It's Sunday. And so it's been 10 days since this catalog launched. And so we're going to share some new product today. So I'm in the January through April 2023 Stampin' Up! Mini catalog on pages 50 and 51. We're using the Rain or Shine suite today. I love this one. It is just so sweet. And when I think about all the amazing things in this catalog, this was one that I was like, I cannot wait to see what Amy makes with this, because she always has some kind of fun technique, fun thing that she does. It's so different. And so I'm really excited to see what both of you have in store. But before we get to projects, let me share with you the products in this suite. So we've got the Playing in the Rain bundle. So this has some dies that go with it. You can see there are dies that die cut the stamp images, and there's also some extra dies in here, like a little bridge, a stump, there's some butterflies, there's a kite, and then the pieces to go on the kite. There's some detailed grass and some little bows for the kite. So all kinds of fun dies in here. And I have to double check and see if this is one of the stamp sets that is, no, it's not. Some of the stamp sets in this catalog are available in both rubber and in photopolymer, but this one is rubber only. And then we have a raindrop embossing folder. That would be like that. And then the loose daisy embellishments. And these are really thin, like almost paper thin. They come in 2 different colors and a couple sizes of white and yellow flowers. And I've mentioned in a couple of my videos how stinky these are. But I've taken a little poll and I think mine are just really bad, or I'm really sensitive. So I've heard from others that it's not as bad as I keep saying that it is. So I just want to say, if I scared you off of the loose daisy embellishments, come back. It's okay. And if the smell does bother you, then just leave them open to air out a little bit once they arrive. The star of the show, though, is this amazing designer paper. The Rain or Shine designer paper is a specialty paper, and you can see in the light here we've got like this this sort of shine to it. So some of the images have this this shine, like a clear embossed coating, and this page here with the turtle and the bunny and the fox coordinates with the stamp set, and then also the dies. So you'll be able to use the dies to die cut the images right from the designer paper. I love it when they do that, because you know I don't love to color. Then we've got a sheet that has all raindrops with that coating on it. We've got another one. These characters do not coordinate with stamps and dies, so you're going to fussy cut these, but the clouds do coordinate with the die, so you can die cut those. I love the additional characters here to the story, the pig and the dog and the turtle. And then we've got some umbrellas, and the closed umbrella can be die cut with one of the dies. And then this one, I had to show you the 12 by 12 so that you could see this full sheet, because if you cut it down to 6 by 6, you're maybe going to get the clouds or the flowers, but not necessarily both of them. So it's a fun sheet. And then this one, a little more of a storm rain. So we've got sort of the brighter rain and then the stormy rain. And then this is so much fun. The backside of all this paper, look at this. Mango Melody and Flirty Flamingo. I love these fun colors. And I love that they're just a little bit different and not normally like what you think of when you think of a rainy day. Well, I have some fun swap cards to share with you using these products. This first one is from Betsy Kreider, and she used the raindrop embossing folder and then some different circles. And she stamped and colored that cute turtle. This one is from Mary McNeely, who also used the raindrop embossing folder in the background. I'm kind of obsessed with this layout. I think it is so cute the way she combined all the elements in this suite. Last swap card is from Gina Rical, using a different piece of the designer paper with the big fat raindrops. Oh my gosh, so cute. And then here's a card that I made, and I die cut a circle right from the designer paper. I used some of the pearlized enamel effects to make a pearlized paper that I embossed with the balmy blue. And then I also used the pearlized enamel effects to make more raindrops that kind of stick out and shine there. So I really love the way that card turned out. Oh my gosh, I cannot wait to see what you guys made. Mom, are you ready to start us off?
I believe I am.
All right.
Okay, so here is my project, and of course we'll put the dimensions in our description. My card base is 8.5 by 5.5, and it's scored at 4.25. And then I have a piece of designer series paper, which is 5 inches by 3 3/4. And I've already glued this piece on, which I shouldn't have done because I have some work to do on it. But that's okay. I'll make it work. So this is 2.5 by 3 3/4. And I went ahead and stamped and colored the little flowers here. Our inside piece is also 5 inches by 3 3/4, and I already did the same thing in the corner here. I have a piece of old olive 2 3/4 by 2 1/4, which is going to match this piece of 2.5 by 2 inches, of which I've already stamped and started coloring our friendly little turtle who is so darn cute.
Aww.
Excuse my dog barking in the background here. Okay, so what I want to do with this piece, what I should have done before I glued it on there, I got a little ahead of myself, is I'm going to take some old olive and a blending, and I'm just going to kind of put a little soft green behind the flowers just for some added fun. And then I'm going to do the same thing with some balmy blue for the sky. Okay, and I would normally have a little piece
Good paper.
of something under here, because I always start off and just put a little bit of the blue on here. And one of the things I really like with doing this is you can kind of swirl around and leave some of the white there to kind of look like wispy little clouds.
Yeah.
You always do such a great job blending.
Oh, thank you. Okay. So just a little bit hint. I don't want a lot. And then the last thing I'm doing with this piece is I'm going to put our greeting on here with some Memento ink and oh, happy day. Because this, it just really makes me happy. This whole little suite here.
Hmm.
Okay.
Hey, side note, did you use one of the new small blending brushes or were you using the regular ones?
I use the regular ones because my small ones came and I put them somewhere and I don't know where they are.
Oh, no.
I'll find them.
I love that we have some small ones though in this new catalog.
I do too. Okay, so I am done now stamping that. And I'm gonna make this attempt and hope pray that there's no static. I'm using clear medium envelopes. This was a technique we saw, and I've forgotten the demonstrator's name who did this. Julie, do you remember? Was that a Stampin' Up event?
Yes, it was on stage a few years ago. I think it was Rosemarie Gonzalez who shared this technique on stage.
Well, I love it. And I haven't done it a little bit. So, all right. So I'm using one of these. Oh, I should tell you, these are in the annual catalog. They are a package of 50. The order number is 102619. You can find them with all of our envelopes and whatever that page is.
Mhm.
Okay. So now I want to make sure that my strip that you peel this off with is facing down, or you want it, it's going to be behind it. Okay. You want this in the corner, kind of as tight as you can get it. And then I'm using some of the loose daisy embellishments. All right, we're going to say a prayer or two or three here. And I'm going to shove some of these in here.
You were so excited when they shared those on stage.
Oh,
Like,
I
that
was.
must be one of your favorite new embellishments, I would say, huh?
I think so too. Yeah, I do. Daisies are my favorite flower, and there was a giveaway, and I didn't get them. And I offered to trade with one of my team members, and she said no. That's okay. All right, so we're going to flip this over, tear off our little strip. And you want to kind of get this nice and tight. Julie will tell me if I'm not in camera because I have a tendency to pull this down towards me.
Oh, you're perfect, right in the center.
Okay, now I'm going to use some tear and tape, and I'm going to fold this flap over. Now, if you want, you can make the whole thing a shaker card, but I'd like to make it a little bit smaller. So, all right, you could use Scotch tape too, but I just like using tear and tape because I'm making a hot mess here.
You're doing great.
Okay, there we go. So I'll tear here. Now it's going to go on our card base. And I'm going to go ahead and put my inside piece in. Okay, that in here. And now we're going to put this on here like so. And so I'm going to use tear and tape again all around the perimeter. Just because we've got this slippery clear envelope that we're adhering to cardstock. Well, that wasn't very good. I'll just push that back. Here we go. Put another one up along here. I'm not going to tear the backing off this. I suppose I could, couldn't I? I usually don't, but now that I'm thinking about it, we could. Anyway, so you want to get some, you want to make this nice and secure. And we're going to peel off our And this wasn't one of those things I could prepare ahead of time. I had to do it after I got my embellishments in there. We'll just take this one off. What do you think, Julie? Oh,
I think this is such a fun card. I cannot wait to see how it's going to turn out. And these loose flower or these loose daisy, what are they called? Loose daisy embellishments. They're really thin, which I love that they're not very bulky, which makes them perfect for shaker cards, especially a shaker like this, where you don't have like a big foam strip.
Right.
You know, it's kind of flat. And so these are great shaker elements.
Yep. So there we go. We have that part done. Now we have a little more work to do on our friend the turtle. And I just wanted to show you how I did his belly, because I debated about, oh, should I use the daffodil or should I use the calypso? So I thought, oh, I'll use both. So what I did is I took, I just kind of outlined him. And I saw someone use 2 different colors of the blends to do some shading. I thought, oh, brilliant. So I don't often do it, and now I'm going to take this one and I'm just going to start burnishing and pulling the darker ink into the center of the belly.
Oh, I love that.
So it just kind of blends. I really don't know what color a belly, turtle's belly.
I think when we get cartoon characters, we get creative license to color them any way we want.
There you go. So that is how my, I think I'm just going to leave the flower white and put a jewel there. Okay. So there he is. Isn't he cute?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love it.
All right. So I have hair here. All right. So now we're going to put this guy on our matte piece. And then I'm going to use tear and tape on him as well on the back. Again, because he's going on, he's going here. So
oh my gosh, I love this.
Thanks. So I really just want it to adhere really well.
Yeah.
And there's nothing like tear and tape for making sure stuff sticks. All right, here we go. Almost done. That's probably enough, right? I'll just stick one more there. And then of course I have to put one, I'm going to put one little gem in the middle of the flower to finish it off.
Gotta have bling.
We have to. These are the basic. I'm trying to read the package upside down while I'm trying to pull up. Not working real well. Okay. So let's just stick him on, just have him overlap the white a little bit.
I love that. So cute.
So these are the iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. And so I'm just going to take like a little yellow one and put him in the middle. And there it is.
Oh, I love it.
Thanks. You like it, Aimee?
I love it.
Oh, good.
You know I love turtles. So
I know you do. All right.
I do love the 2 colors on the belly.
Oh, I'm glad. She said she likes the 2 colors on the belly. I don't know if you could hear her, but
yeah.
Okay. So are you ready?
I am. Did you have another card to share?
I do. Thank you. I do. I was going to also share Mary McNeely's.
Oh,
So this one is from Mel Lampert.
oh, so cute.
Isn't that adorable? just rainy days are better with you, with the
love
umbrellas, and
it.
she's got some sequins on there, and she used the DSP as well, which is very tempting, very
Mhm.
tempting. But I decided to stamp my little guy. And then the other one I have to share with you is one that you've already seen, and this was a mystery stamp one. And Julie sent out the measurements. This was for one of our Sunday videos, right?
Yeah, we did that on Christmas Day. I
Christmas
love
Day?
the way that
There we
card
go.
turned out. I'm so glad you found it to share.
Yeah. So this was fun. And I did die cut out the fox with the umbrella. So yeah, lots of fun. So those are the ones I have to share. And I'm anxious to see what you did, Julie.
Well, I'm using that same little fox. I die cut him from the designer paper because you know how much I love to color. I'm kind of bringing back an old favorite card as well. We're going to make a diorama card today. And I know we've made these before, but I don't know. This stamp set just made me think of a diorama. I thought it'd be fun. So our card base comes in 2 pieces. They're both 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 and scored at 1/2 inch, 1 inch, 4 1/2 inches, and 5 inches. So we've got 1/2 and 1 inch from each end. And I decided to use both Mango Melody and Flirty Flamingo for this card. So the top of the card is going to be Flirty Flamingo and the back of the card is going to be Mango Melody. You absolutely could use the same color when you're making this card. Originally, when I started designing, I thought I would have that color show through, but I decided to add some designer paper. So I've got 2 pieces here that are 3 1/4 by 4 inches, the designer paper piece, and then a piece for the back, which I did some stamping on already. So I was trying to decide if I wanted to use the raindrops or if I wanted to use the other side. And I think ultimately I decided the raindrops were a nice contrast to the yellow and the pink that's going on with the fox. So we're going to start by gluing these down. So we've got the designer paper is going to go on the side with the ridges, or yeah, the ridges coming up. And I don't know that it matters quite as much, but the white one is going to go on the back, which normally is the front. And that's just going to go right in the center. And then we're going to do some folding. So we're going to fold the inch in on both, and then we're going to fold a 1/2 inch out. And you can use a bone folder here to get a nice good crease. And this is going to create the depth for our diorama. Now the same thing is going to happen here. And so we'll go ahead and fold the front piece. And I die cut this ahead of time using the Stylish Shape dies. That's that stitched circle. This is one of my favorites. So if you're trying to figure out what to order during celebration to get your freebies, the Stylish Shape dies, if they're back in stock, are a really excellent choice. All right, so these 2 sides are going to glue together, and you can see we've got that diorama forming. On the inside, we're going to add our fox with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And I also die cut the bridge. I thought that would be kind of a fun shape to add to this scene. I'm going to go a little high here and just check with my circle because I want the fox to be visible in the circle. I might actually just bring it down a smidge. And then for that little bridge, I'm going to use the liquid glue, and I'm only going to add glue on the sides so that the top of it, and you can add a little space when you're gluing it on so that it looks like, you know, there's a little kind of separation there. So it kind of looks more 3D. And then on the front, I have a piece of designer paper that's 3/4 inch by 3 1/2. I love this B side that has that mango melody and flirty flamingo. So this is going to go across the front of the card underneath our window. And then I have another piece of mango melody. This is 3/4 inch. And it doesn't really matter the length because you're going to end up cutting it. So I would say 3/4 by 2.5. And then after you stamp, you're going to cut a little banner tip. So I'm using my paper snips and I'm going to cut down the center and then from each corner to that center mark to get the little banner edge. So we're going to put that on with some Stampin' Dimensionals too. And that's going to go there on the front. And then I tied a little bow with some baker's twine. This is the Baker Twine Essential Pack, and it comes with lots of neutral colors, including white and vanilla and black and crumb cake. And so I'm just going to add this kind of up here to the corner. I just wanted to add a little kind of embellishment. All right, now we need to put our card together. We're going to use some tear and tape on the edges. So I'm just going to put it on one edge. I'll put it on the back because it is, it's a full piece and it's not die cut in the middle. So I'm going to add the tear and tape just to those outside edges. And one at a time, I'll start with one end and adhere the sides together. And then as I'm coming here, I want to make sure that that it lays flat when it's closed. So I'm kind of flattening it out again, and it looks like it's not quite lining up here at the top, which is fine. After we're done putting it together, we'll just trim it a little bit so that it doesn't stick out. So I'm going to line up those edges and then just trim that little bit. Okay, so when it is open, you're going to puff out the edges like that. And then when you want to mail it, it folds flat to go in the mail.
Adorable.
Thank you. We're not done. We gotta add some flowers. I'm gonna add some liquid glue where I want the flowers to go. And these little boogers are so thin and so small that I highly recommend using the Take Your Pick tool to pick up the flower embellishments and put them where you want them to go. So it's really easy to just pick that up and transfer them to your project.
Oh, that is great.
And then the back side, I'll bring in my other sample so you can see the back side has a place for you to write your message.
Beautiful. I love that.
Thank you. I made an extra for each of you, so I'll send you some happy mail.
Thank you. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy.
Yay! Oh, happy day. Aimee, are you
day.
ready to share your project?
Yeah, sure. Because you know me, I like to be difficult. So
Oh,
I think really I'm gonna just kind of show, I think, the mechanics of it, I guess. Okay, so here's my card.
oh,
So this I used the raindrops. And what I did is, so this is the debossed side. And I actually avoided using the paper because I often don't get the paper because I have so much paper, even though it's super cute and tempting. And so I kind of wanted this like look of the raindrops in the balmy blue. So I'm just gonna kind of explain. Okay, so the side that sticks up, this side here, I just kind of tried to like lightly I lightly kind of just put my Versamark on there. I knew I was going to get some of the background because this isn't as popped up as like a 3D embossing folder since it's only a 2D. So I just kind of did it like slightly, and I had used the embossing buddy on the balmy blue cardstock, and I ran it through and filled it with the silver embossing powder. And this is what is a 3-pack, or they have
It's the Essentials embossing powder, I believe it's called, and it has silver, gold, and
copper.
copper.
Yeah, I think that's right. There's two. There's a metallics, and then I think the
Metallics and
essentials has white,
White,
or
black,
the
and
basics, white,
Yeah.
black, yeah, and clear.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's the metallics. You're right.
So the metallic. So I did the silver, and I just kind of got the materials out. So the hard brush, I filled it in, but there was a lot on the outside. This was kind of a little harder and wiped out a lot of it. I also blew it into the garbage. So I did take this like smaller, thinner brush and got some of it out as much as I could. I did it twice. I went like I heat the embossing powder to set it, and then I went in there again and did the same thing to kind of get it a little bit more just completely repeated the process. And you could see kind of some of that messiness. So I did, to kind of bake it a little bit, I took a blending brush with the balmy blue.
It's not baking it. That's how you did it.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean, like to kind of smooth it out. So
Yeah.
you couldn't see
yeah.
much. So I kind of got that to smooth out or whatever, and then I chose a spot that I liked the best and cut it out. So that's how I got this element here.
That is so cool, Aimee. Oh my gosh.
She comes up with the
That's-
neatest thing.
It was like I
I
saw this,
know.
I think I'd gotten it the other day, or I was like looking at my order the other day, and I was like, I just had this like spark, and I was going to do it. And so I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to try and make it an element. And then so then what I did for the rest of it is I stamped the bunny, and the puddle does not die cut out. So first time I did it, I actually colored the puddle, and I get a blue mark underneath. So I chose this is crumb cake. I don't know if you can kind of see the it's kind of light brown.
Oh, for the ears?
Yeah, and like his face and stuff. And it's like
Okay.
I did the light crumb cake, and then I blended it out with the color lifter. I did flirty flamingo for the cheeks and the nose, and again kind of blended it out so it was even lighter, just to kind of make it subtle. I did the daffodil delight to make it as close to mango melody as I could with the paper, even though I didn't use the paper. And so then I die cut him out, and ta-da, he's cut out. Okay. I did old olive circle. This is the layering circles.
Layering circle.
Yes, that I used. And then I used another layering circle, smaller, kind of had that out. I cut out the little grass, and I also stamped and cut out a little puddle.
Oh, so
And
cute.
so this is part of the thing. And then I did a strip 3/4 inch by 4 1/4 for the greeting, rainy days are better with you. So you can kind of see I have the bunny glued on the circle with the raindrop back, and then these are both popped up with dimensionals as well as the puddle.
Oh my gosh.
The grass is just kind of a subtle to give it a little bit more texture, and I wanted to use those flowers because I saw that too. Loved them. So I then just glued some flowers to kind of add a little bit more in there. So that's really it. Really quick and simple.
Quick and simple. It's not
I
quick
know,
and
right?
simple.
I mean, like quick and simple, I guess, without like showing, to kind of save time to show this part took the longest because I had to kind of figure it out and do it twice, but it was a nice little subtle hint. And there is the paper that you used, Julie, and I know Mom used in her card from Christmas Day that really could be cut out and used as that circle element. So me avoiding paper.
I love the technique though, because it adds so much like dimension. I think that the paper doesn't quite have.
Yeah.
So, and it's the deboss side, so you can see like this one pops up, and and that one is so anyway. I hope I explained it
Nice.
okay
I
and
think
quickly
so.
enough without like taking the time to.
Yeah, just hold your card steady for a minute because you've been kind of moving it around a lot. And
Yeah.
oh my gosh, all those details. It's so cute.
What is nice too is what I like is that, she did the grass and just put it tone on tone,
Yeah.
just and gave it a little dimension just to say, oh yeah, there's a little grass there.
Yeah, I did
Mhm.
glue only the bottom part, so the top part can be kind of fluffed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So
Very nice.
Yeah.
That's adorable.
kept them white. I mean, it's white background. I know, Julie, your color, but I wanted to
But
keep the
you
color.
have a lot of color on this card, like the circles and the
Ooh.
pop of color. It's great. So you used did you use the thick basic white for the base?
Yes, the base is thick,
Yeah.
basic white. So keep it more
Nice.
sturdy. And I didn't do the inside because, me and my usually like a month-long card. 6 months. Still working on Elise's birthday card. So,
Oh,
it's so this was the 20-minute version.
oh my gosh. I love it. I know it's challenging for you to make a card really quick, but Aimee, this is amazing. And yeah, I think everyone's jealous that you can make something like that and just whip it up in
Yeah.
a short period of time.
All right. Well, let's flip the camera back and show off our cards.
All right. Yay! Oh my gosh. I think that we showed off all the best elements of this fun suite, the rain or shine suite between the designer paper and the loose daisies and the embossing folder and the stamp set and coordinating dies. And I love that you can get it all with one item number. So we'll have a list of all the supplies that we used in today's video in the description. So make sure to check that out because right now is celebration. So you can get the Rain or Shine suite or the bundle or the designer paper, the embossing folder. You can get any of those things and earn free celebration gifts while you're shopping. Aimee, thank you so much for tuning in. I feel like it's been a while since we've had you on, and I hope that this year you'll be able to come and join us more because it's always so much fun to see how you use things and design. It's so different, I think, from what Mom and I do. I mean, not that different, but you know what I mean? It's so great to see your perspective because it's always so fresh and innovative. I love that.
I do too.
I always love joining you guys too. So I do hope I can,
we'll make it happen.
Definitely make time. Enjoy coming on with you guys and sharing.
Well, I want to thank you all for tuning in today and watching us. And we hope you have a phenomenal week filled with creative stamping.
Yes.
So until next Sunday, Stamping with Susan and Julie, have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Mom. Bye, Aimee.
Love you.
Love you too.